sleeping where they stand in the blazing sun.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, welcome finally to episode 24 of the Guys Hiding from Their Wives podcast. It's been a while trying to get there. I am your host, Big Ben, back with us for the first time this year, Magic Mike. What's up, buddy?
Not a lot. How's it going?
Good, man. I say first time this year. I guess it's only our second episode of the year, but that's neither here nor there. And then right here next to me on the couch, hopefully he's he's got figured out how to talk into this mic a little bit louder. We've got Kameroni and Cheese. What's up, man?
We are 2 weeks into the year. I hope we're not on episode 5.
You never know. Stranger things have happened. So, yeah, it's definitely been a crazy week trying to get episode 24 recorded, just with everything going on. Along those lines, we do want to give a big congratulations to fellow host, the great John Bino, and his fiancée, Jacqueline. They had their little baby this past week, so big congratulations to them. She's healthy. Everything's perfect. She's absolutely amazing, and I'm officially old. So, that being said, Mike, go ahead with what you got there. I know you got something that you've been excited about. Go for it.
Yeah, we got some sponsors lined up. You're gonna hear a whole bunch of new sponsors coming up, and they're gonna get an ad and a promo in our little podcast show. So our first one comes for their ad. Here we go. Craster's Keep Bed and Breakfast. No matter what side of the wall you are from, Craster's Keep offers a hot meal and a nice shack for you to sleep in. Just don't touch these daughters. And as always, children stay free. Craster's Keep, no reservations needed. Not responsible for wildling attacks, swords in the back, or missing children due to the White Walkers.
Nice. How is Craster's Keep as far as keeping us warm? Is it going to be a comfortable stay? I don't want to freeze my gigantic ass off. But.
There's fires there, but you're in the middle of the wall area, so it's going to be cold.
This is true.
Dress
all
warm.
Right. Love that. Thanks, man. Anyways, get out there. Follow us on all our social media formats. Check us out on Twitter. We're at Guys Hiding. Follow us on Facebook. That's facebook.com/Guys Hiding from Their Wives. Check out our Instagram page. We've actually done had some quite good stuff on there. Shout out to our social media manager for taking care of that. That's at 4GuysHiding on Instagram. Check out our YouTube page. That's 4Guys Hiding from Their Wives. And email the show anytime, anywhere. That's 4GuysHiding@gmail.com. And don't forget to listen to us on all formats, wherever you're at. Obviously, where you're listening now works. Check us out on Spotify, Stitcher, Apple Podcasts, iTunes, Google Play, YouTube, you name it, we're there. So make sure you get out there, give us a listen, tell your family, tell your friends, tell your wives, and I know I keep going back to it, tell your grandma, because we want them to listen too. Other than that, the only big piece of news I want to talk about, how'd your Instant Pot work out, Mike?
Okay. Many of you may have known I'm a man of limited brain power, so I did a test.
Ben. It's fine.
Yeah, I did a test.
Where the hell am I on trial here?
Ben, you make chili and mac and cheese.
Guilty by association, my friend.
All right, fair point.
So anyway, I do the trial around the Instant Pot. It gears up, it warms up, it boils, it pressures. Everything's great, right? No problem. So I read it was like a macaroni cheese casserole, what the heck thingamabob I was making, because the kid loves it. Grandma makes it, kid loves it. So I think I'll do that. It's nice, it's simple, it's easy, right?
Okay.
You can't mess this up.
Oh, trust me, I could.
Stick with me.
Yeah, all right.
Okay, so I get all the ingredients in, I get it. I even called Grandma to get some last-minute tips and do's and don'ts and everything. I put it in, and like I said, it's my first try at the Instapot. I'm a rookie. I kind of space the protocol and the directions. So
we're guys. We don't read directions anyway.
So apparently, no. Every time you use it, it's supposed to warm up for like up to 10 minutes, and then it starts to pressure. Okay? I did not know that. I thought once it warmed up and pressured, it would warm up and pressure. I just barely used it for the test run. So I put the cheese stuff, macaroni stuff, put everything in there, and it starts pressuring up, and it's supposed to go for 4 minutes and then let it warm for 5. So I'm running around with the kid. We're doing all this stuff. I got it cooking. I come in there, and it says warming. I thought, oh, did I miss something? Did it already pressure? What's going on? So it says warming, and once it hit 5 minutes, I pulled it out. and it didn't taste quite right.
Was it crunchy, Mike?
It was a little on the rubber crunchy side. Some of it was
Well, at
rubbery.
least you had the rubber consistency.
Some of it was crunchy. But it turns out it's supposed to go that way. It's supposed to warm for like 10 minutes, and then the pressurization starts, and then you're supposed to, after the pressurization for 4 minutes, you're supposed to let it sit there for 5 minutes. I skipped that part entirely. So it didn't turn out.
Well, we'll just call it a learning experience. Then.
Exactly. So next
All right,
time I will know better. But let me ask you this.
At that point, you just run down to the local burrito shop and then you get dinner,
throw it in the oven.
and you're good. Yeah.
But anyway, once I got out of the pot and I used the stove and I cooked them all up, it was fine.
Sure.
But so here's my question on the Instant Pot. Everybody was bragging to me about this thing for months. Oh, ribs take 4 minutes, cheese takes 2 minutes, yogurt takes, all these immaculate times. Like, how can meat take 5 minutes?
Yeah, there's no way.
There's no, So anyway, so I'm getting all this miracle pot instead of Instant Pot, and about how great it is, how fast it is, how the stuff.
I've tried some of that miracle pot.
Yeah, so I'm thinking all this.
I think
great
I sold it to you.
This great fastness.
Don't tell nobody.
So, if you get some like a cheese casserole, like a thing I made, you put it on the stove, you cook it up. 15 minutes, you're done. Whatever.
Right.
15, 17 minutes. So this Instant Pot, it'll do it in 4 minutes. Okay, great, 4 minutes. Well, they fail to tell you, you put the ingredients in, there's a 10-minute warm-up period, then there's the 4-minute pressure period, then there's the 5-minute warming period, then you got to let the sucker depressurize for 2 minutes, then you got to cool it down. So this super Instant Pot that takes 4 minutes is actually 20 minutes.
25-minute, half-hour cook job.
And I can do it on the stove in 17 minutes. So where's the miracle? But all kidding aside, I will say, for like roast and ribs and stuff like that, instead of like 6 hours in the crock pot, it'll take like, 20 minutes or 30 minutes, whatever.
Hey,
To be fair, Mike, I got
Yeah.
a crock pot for Christmas.
Oh, crock pot's
I
kick
tried
ass.
it once. I burnt my roast.
No, how do you screw that up in a crock pot, man?
Kick ass.
Oh,
I
no,
thought I was
am
going for
the-
8 hours. I set it for 4 on high.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Slow
I had to
roast.
It's a slow cooker.
Slow and
Yeah,
easy.
no.
It's
I
like being
found that
with
out.
a woman. You've probably never had this yet. Let me explain it to you.
Mike, I'm married.
Also, you
Also,
haven't had
you
it in a
don't
while.
ever get sex. You got to take your time. You got to preheat the oven. You got to warm
You just can't rush
it
into
up.
things, man.
You got to
Well,
warm
it's got
it
2
up.
buttons. One for slow cooking, and then
You don't
it
just run
says
there,
fry.
hi, done. Eat it. It's always cold in the center
Yep.
when you do it that
Yep.
way.
No, it was just
No, the
very-
outside's burnt as shit.
Burn
and
on the
cold in
outside,
middle.
cold in the middle. It's
Kind of like
the,
a Hot Pocket.
It's like the old microwave hot pot. I was just going to bring that up. But all kidding aside, no, I'm just
Man, I've
mouthing.
seen
No,
you
see,
eat
and I've
more
actually
Hot
never used the
Pockets.
Instant Pot. Don't worry about my Hot Pockets. I'm a Hot Pocket freak. It's all
Oh, you know what? They used to be the greatest things in sliced bread until you had like 10 in a row, and it's like,
Yeah, and then you're like, I just
Jesus.
made a bad decision.
I haven't had one since 1992.
And they probably still taste the same. I think the same ones from 1992 are still in the store.
I was going to
freezer.
bring that up.
No, see, like, it was always great. You go to Grandma's house and have a Hot Pocket. It was amazing. Mm-hmm. Like, now that I've grown up and I buy Hot Pockets, they don't taste the same. It was never as good as it was at Grandma's. I mean, they're still good. Don't get me wrong. Hot Pockets are still fucking amazing. But yeah.
We're going to have to get into
That's
this
quarter in.
about old
Hot Pockets.
old
If
age
you are wanting
stuff
to sponsor, we are
and
open
new
to
age
it.
stuff. We're going to have to get into that one.
Yeah,
also.
that could be.
'Cause
That's
the
good.
way-
That's good.
Remember the old snack pack pudding cans?
Yep,
In the
yep.
metal cans?
In the metal can, that you like, cut your lip
You,
open
you
trying to
would
eat.
cut the
I
shit
can't
out of
say
your
I do.
fingers. Yeah.
Yeah, you young punk, get out of here. Oh, the grown-ups are talking for a minute.
But yeah, the
Sorry.
Granted,
everything
I don't
has
eat
changed.
Jello
And
ever.
I don't
How
know.
can you not like Jello? There's always room for Jello.
Who don't
Ben
like
Jello?
Jello? Just with no fruit in it.
No, I don't like Jello.
I don't mind the fruit in it. That's all right. I think we talked about this about
Yeah, we
Thanksgiving,
did.
didn't we?
But we're going to have a whole show about old versus new
There you
stuff.
go. I like that. That's good. That's good.
Cars is a good example on that.
What do you
Old
mean?
cars are great.
Old
New
cars are so
piece
much
of
better
shit.
than the new cars.
They're not plastic, man.
Nope.
The old cars were not plastic.
So, other news just going on. We do want to throw. I know I talked about it, and I said we're going to go away from a lot of the in-depth sports talk, but I do want to throw a shout out to and a congratulations to Clemson, the 2018 national champions. Holy hell, man, that was an ass beat.
That was a drubbing.
Wow.
That was a total. Didn't see that coming.
No, me neither.
Ass
I
beatings?
thought Alabama was going to run over them, but
Like New England?
don't bring it up.
You
Don't
always
bring it up.
you always say, I hope they kick the shit out of Alabama. No matter who's playing, I hope they kick
it's
the
like
shit out of
Alabama in college football. It's the New England Patriots, the Los Angeles Lakers. Those are those teams. If you're not a fan of them, you love to see them get their ass beat.
Oh yeah, but Alabama always
The Broncos.
rises up.
But don't bring the Broncos up.
I love
Yeah.
to watch them get destroyed.
You would.
I
But
do.
Alabama is always like the Antichrist.
Yeah.
And they always win.
Yep.
They always win. And so if you say Clemson can win, if you say Georgia can win, if you say, Florida State can win, it's possible. Anybody's possible to win anytime.
Right.
But to go in there and roll
And
them
do what
over
they did,
like that
holy
is
shit.
amazing.
Yeah. Unreal. Absolutely.
And for the record, I did pick Clemson to win the whole thing this year.
I believe we did have that discussion back at the beginning. So good call on that one. Good call.
And it wasn't really. I'd like to say I have like this in-depth sports knowledge, but the bottom line is they were number 2. They were raving if anybody's going to beat Alabama, it's going to be Clemson with their defense. And I hate Alabama, so I would never pick them. So I went with number 2, Clemson.
There you go.
So
Hey,
that's
it's
my in-depth history.
It's fail-proof. Other news, we're on government shutdown. Like I don't even know what day.
23.
I don't give a shit. We're not going to talk politics on here, but yeah. But just know that if you are affected by that, our hearts go out to you because that sucks. That sucks shit.
Unless you're a senator.
Well, yeah, fuck those guys.
Well,
That's a quarter.
I'll tell you this,
I don't
though.
care.
I started looking into it a little bit, and like I said, I know we don't want to get political, but I started looking at some of the senators. Dude, you need to YouTube some of that shit.
Oh, buddy.
Oh,
I tell you what.
That
Okay.
was amazing to watch some of them arguments they have. It's
Oh,
the
man.
funniest stuff you'll see ever.
Great stuff. Great stuff, man. I'm gonna have to get on there and look. Speaking
You
of
spent
YouTube,
$75,000 for a bicycle? Oh, I was rolling.
God, the government.
Ron
rates
White
on
also did.
Well, see, and that's the thing too is you'll talk about it. You look at a government rate for a hotel, you just book it under a government rate. You don't think about it. Because I actually tried to use to get the government rate, and it's more expensive than if you just go in there as a random Joe. And I'm like, well, what the hell? How does that work? But then you think about it, the government doesn't care. They'll just chalk it up on an expense report. It's a line item on a budget. Who gives a shit? And
Yeah.
so they can charge whatever.
Everything's
They'll
a
charge
write-off.
you $100 more a night.
Okay,
So.
and I hate to go there, kind of off the subject, but it's kind of like the Eat the Dick segment. But just on a side note, speaking about hotel rooms. So this weekend I went to Wendover. Okay?
Okay.
And I go down there quite a bit. We go to the concerts. I go down there and play in the poker tournaments. I'm down there quite a bit. So me and my buddies, we decided we're going to go down there and play in a couple tournaments. And, just for a weekend, just a quick down there, playing a couple tournaments and come home the next morning. No big deal. So my buddy Norm calls down there, gets a room comped. He goes down there once or twice a year. My buddy Gary goes down there with me once or twice a year. He calls down there, they comp his room. Justin calls down there, comps his room. Shane comps his room. Zach comps his room. I call down there, and I'm the one that goes and takes all these guys all the time. I call down there, that'll be $99. I go, $99 on a Sunday night? And I'm down
where
there.
were you at in Wendover?
Wendover. I go,
shit.
and I'm there all the time. Well, we're this and this and this. And I'm like, are you shitting me?
But all these other guys that
And
I bring with me,
yeah,
you
all these
just
other
comp
guys are
their
there
shit.
once or twice a year. They get their rooms comped. I'm down there every other weekend.
That's when you make
And-
every other one of your buddies
Yeah,
chip
and they
in
said,
some money.
well, what's your card number? So I gave my card number. There. Oh, well, we'll give you a discount. I'm like, thank you. How much is it?
$94.
$79.99. I'm like, on a Sunday, and I'm like, I'm livid. And I'm like, what the hell? So I get down there, and my buddies are the best. They ended up pitching in for the room, whatever. So I got the room.
You got way cooler friends
Yeah.
than I do. My asshole friends wouldn't.
Yeah, I got the
No, I
best
stay in
friends.
the room
be
with
like,
you.
sucks
You
to
just
be
paid
you.
for.
I don't want to brag, but my friends are freaking awesome. They're the best. But anyway, so we all pitch in, get my room. By the time I get done with the tax, the state tax, the gratuity tax,
Is there a resort fee up in Wendover?
the
like there is
resort
on-
fee, the concierge fee, which I don't even know what that is. The old lady on the
it's
park
something
bench
you don't
needs,
use that you're paying a fee for.
the old lady on the park bench outside needs pigeon feed tax. I get all these goddamn taxes. By the time it's done, it's still over $100.
Good God,
how
man.
does $79 with taxes turn into over $100?
Oh, it's ridiculous. Like on this, I got a free room in Vegas. I play a slots app on my phone, and you can rack up the loyalties and stuff. And you go in there, and you get your free room and whatever. Yeah, you got to still pay the taxes and the resort fee. That free room cost me $50, $80 for 2 nights, man.
That ain't bad. When you're paying $100 a night for a Sunday night. in Wendover, I went back to the room for a total of 17 minutes to shower and change my clothes and get back down to the casino. That's like Mike Tyson money.
Man,
you know, he makes
that's a racket I need to
second.
get into, man.
Holy cow. Build a resort. But I couldn't believe it.
Jeez.
Drive me nuts.
Unreal. Bunch of bastards, I tell you what. Other news, what you guys got anything else you wanted to talk about that's happening this week? I got a couple things I want to touch on, but
Not really, man.
nothing?
I got one thing, and I know we're trying to shy away from in-depth sports, but I got something for the who gives a shit.
Okay.
Pacquiao versus Broner.
Whatever, yeah. That's whatever.
Didn't Pacquiao, retire 3 years ago?
I thought he did. I haven't heard from the guy.
I haven't heard from Broner
until
since-
this came out.
yeah.
And it was just, all right, well, whatever.
Who gives a shit?
Yeah, let's say, all right, well, whatever.
I blame Shaq.
But it's on pay-per-view, $50.
Yeah, ain't no way. You can pay me $50. I'll kick you in the nuts and we'll call it a day.
Yeah. and for the record, I know there's a lot of millions of Pacquiao fans. I've already seen the fan pages and stuff, and everybody's talking about Pacquiao. I'm telling you right now, Broner's going to kick his ass.
Broner's going to beat the shit out of him.
Yeah,
Pacquiao's done.
It's already
Pacquiao's
over.
washed up.
Pacquiao's like 62, man.
Yep. He's going to be out there in a walker.
And if you say he's really not, say he fights like a 62.
He looks like a
done.
62-year-old,
Yeah, he's
man.
done.
He looks older than my dad, and I know that's the thing, but yeah. So anyway, one other piece of news.
Old.
Yeah, I know, but he can still kick Pacquiao's ass. He can kick my ass.
His mustache could kick Pacquiao's ass.
So all right, so check this out, okay? There's this guy. Yeah, this happened. What the hell is today? I don't even know. This happened last week, okay? This guy gets an email on Monday from an address and a name he doesn't know.
Did you just say this gay?
This guy.
I
He
don't
might
think
be
you
gay.
said it.
I don't know. But this guy lives in Mesa, Arizona. Okay, he gets it's an invite to a bachelor party in Vermont. Okay, so he emails back saying he didn't know the guy. Vermont's a major trek from somebody in Arizona. They send it back. They said, it's one of, if not the best response to an email that we've ever had. So the guys that are putting on this party, they tell this guy, well, you need to come anyway. It'd make this guy's day. So you got the whole story. His initial email was a joke, but, they said, no, you need to come. And they said, send him out all the logistics of the trip, tell him how he'll be picked up from the airport, how much of the travel costs. These bunch of guys in Vermont never met this dude. Send him the email by accident. They're pitching in to cover the costs of this, of him
Great.
getting to this bachelor party.
That's great.
So he works for the city of Mesa, and he's got car payments, 10-month-old baby. He said it's not going to happen. So they set up a GoFundMe on a Thursday, and in a few hours he had $750 raised. And that was going to cover his plane tickets and everything. He was keeping the fund open until he left. I don't even know what day he was leaving. But the extra money they were going to give to the guy to take on his honeymoon. And the guy doesn't even know yet. He's going to be surprised when he gets there. And so this guy, the other guy that has the same name that was supposed to get invited to the bachelor party, actually kicked in the last $40 on the GoFundMe account.
So he don't have to
get
go?
in there. No, he's still going. So what he's doing is he's flying into Boston, renting a minivan, and then he's driving all the way up into the cabins to surprise the guy. And they're doing it and they're going to do it all on Instagram. So then there's it's the hashtag. I'm looking for it. Hashtag Angelo's bachelor party. So if you're on Instagram, check that out. See how this went. He's just meeting complete strangers. He's going to go up there, beat the shit out of his liver. They're going to do some skiing. Drunk skiing is going to turn out well for this dude from Arizona.
It's actually going to be make a great story.
Oh, it's going to be
years
hilarious,
down the road.
man.
Yeah.
I wish that, man. That's.
I want one of those
cool.
fake emails.
Right? And then the other piece of news I just wanted to touch on. Have you seen the movie? Have you seen Bird Box on
Yes.
Netflix? Have you watched it?
Yes.
I don't.
I haven't seen it. Apparently, there's some.
You're
Bird
not
Box,
missing much.
Apparently, there's some Bird Box challenge.
Yes.
I don't know. Some teenager.
And okay, I know we don't want to say this word, and I know it's anti-whatever, but you know what?
No, I got it, Mike.
If you
It's
do that-
retarded.
It is. It is stupid. It's the dumbest thing in the face. I'm going to drive my car with a blindfold on.
And then-
You can't even drive without a blindfold on,
that
you idiot.
teenager in Layton freaking it crashed her car into.
God, people
I
are
saw it on the
stupid.
news, man. Oh hell.
God, that irks me.
Oh,
People are stupid.
Stupid as shit, man. All right, so one
And
more.
if you're one of the people doing that, you're stupid.
Stay off the damn roads. That's all I got
God.
to say. So I'm gonna save that one for another
But
time.
why
I
is this
gotta-
such a big hit?
I don't get
The
it.
movie
everything-
was average
My
at
Facebook
best.
blew up with pictures of this Bird Box people, the blindfolded. I haven't watched it yet. I still don't know.
You're
So,
not missing much. I watched it.
But nobody ever talks about The Hobbit. The Hobbit's great.
Well, what does that
Well,
got to do
Hobbit
with the
was-
bird box, though?
no.
The
Hobbit
Hobbit was
is-
62 years ago, though.
Yeah.
Want to fight?
It was
I don't-
62 years ago.
I
So,
don't care.
all right. So it's time for this week. Okay, Mike, this is a new thing we're doing. We have got there's those news stories that you're just reading and you're so screwed up. You're like, is this even real? Okay. But we've got a segment every week. I've got a whole shit ton of stories for the "Is This Even Real" segment. Okay. These are all 100% real, so it's not a question. But I guess the question is how. Okay. So this is the one I've got for today. An Oklahoma man was sentenced to prison for 30 years for a fatal atomic wedgie. Now, I don't know if you've ever been on the end of an atomic wedgie. I'm sure everybody here has. If you're listening out there and you've ever been a part of an atomic wedgie.
If you have older brothers,
you have. Okay, so here's how it went. The guy pled guilty to first-degree manslaughter in the death of his stepfather. Okay? And the judge rejected his plea for a second chance, said he knocked down his stepfather, pulled the elastic band of underwear over his head and around his neck. And apparently, the medical examiner stated the cause of death as blunt force trauma and asphyxiation. So he gave this guy an atomic wedgie so bad, pulled the underwear over his head, wrapped around his neck, and the guy choked to death.
Does it have an age for the guy?
The guy that did it was...
No, the guy that died.
The guy that died was 58.
That ain't that old.
No, that's not that old at all.
I'm thinking
the guy
like
that did it's
74
like
and
35.
like snapped him or something.
Yeah. So, but his attorney's like, well, he never intended to kill him.
Well, you never.
You think?
Jesus. I went drinking and driving, but I never intended to kill
I never
anybody.
meant to kill,
Just let me go.
Kill that pedestrian I ran over.
Yeah.
Oh, you're off the hook then.
Just let me go.
So
It was an accident.
I didn't mean to.
Accidents because of stupidity aren't accidents.
No, they're not. There needs to be something, but they're not on
And
purpose.
what's
but they're
your
not
mental?
accidents.
What's your mental stability where you have to give a 58-year-old man a freaking
And you have
wedgie?
to knock him down to do it.
Yeah,
I mean,
come
at that
on.
point, it's like, geez, I'll have fun giving my kid brother a wedgie. Sorry, Russo, but shit, man. I don't know that I've ever pulled one clear that
Yeah.
far over his head that
And-
guy's choking on his own damn underwear.
I don't think me and my brother ever did the atomic wedgie. we
Well,
just put each other through walls and
We
stuff.
need to get on this then. We need
Well,
to get
see,
on this.
whenever a
And
story
we
like
had
this
a
comes out,
father
I
who'd wrestle
keep
with us
going
and throw
back
us
to
through
the
cars.
Chicago story.
It's not
The
even
two
that.
brothers at a barbecue. One's a White Sox fan. One's a Cubs fan.
I think I heard. Yeah,
They get in
we
an
talked
argument, and
about-
one of them shoots the other one
Uh-huh.
because of their teams.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ, dudes!
Dude, that's the Cubs and the White Sox.
You
man.
can
Come on. It's not like having a good team that one of you's got. and the other
Well,
one-
still, I mean, it's fun to tease with your buddies, to joke with them, to
Absolutely.
jab at them. It's fun stuff. I mean, we do it on Facebook all the time. But to actually go and get so upset that your team... Let me ask you something. When your team wins a ring, do they give you a ring? Do they call and
yeah.
thank you for your support? They
Do you
don't
get
give a
you
shit
get
about
mentioned in
you.
the post game interview? No.
No. But
Grow
you
a
can buy a
brain, you
commemorative
imbeciles.
one.
Yeah, that's
God.
Still. Yeah, you
People
still
are
got to pay for
stupid.
that shit. No, it's
Gotta
retarded.
pay for
It's
tickets,
idiotic,
too.
man. Yeah.
I cannot believe this society, man.
Dude, society is so jacked up. But.
It is.
Anywho's, so that's about the first half of our show. We're going to come back the other side of the break, and I got kind of the idea on this from another podcast we listen to, and I know it seems like we get a lot of ideas from these guys, but hey, they got some good ones. So shout out to you guys, the All Fantasy Everything podcast. We're not fantasy drafting this; we're just going to talk about them, and we've expanded a little bit. We're going to talk about the TV and movie universes that we'd like to live in, that we'd want to be a part of. Now there is a qualifier, and we'll talk about that as we come back over the break. But, so settle in for that, get you a drink, get you something to eat. Come on back with us on the other side of the break. We're going to dive into that. And we do have another ad for you. So stay tuned. We'll be back with you in 2 and 2. All right, and we're back. I don't know about you guys. I had a really good break. One other thing I forgot to mention in the beginning when we were talking about following us on Twitter. I don't know if you guys all saw that. I was live tweeting from the dentist chair the other day.
Nice.
I was in there getting a tooth pulled, so I decided, I'll live tweet this. I tweeted a picture of the mouthful. Guys, good God, I never realized how fucked up the bottom of my face looks, man. And that's on a good day. I'm just saying. But,
Well, Ben,
no,
you
it
should
was
see
kind
it
of fun.
like 4 hours after walking through Disneyland.
That's true. So, and on speaking of Disneyland, that's going to be a hell of a show next week, man. Tune in for that one. We're going to have a lot of fun with that one. But as I was live tweeting it, I was hashtag dentist and some other stuff. I ended up having some dental program retweet 3 of the tweets.
Nice.
And then some other dental thing followed us. So
Hey, you mean
it was pretty great.
all the follows is welcome. Dentists.
Oh hell
included.
yeah! Well, anybody that wants, man, we'll take the follow.
Heck, plastic surgeons
I'll even
encouraged.
I'll even throw you a shout out. So shout out to you, Dentagama. Hell yeah. So, all right. Well, we're back for the second half. This half of our episode is brought to you by Dr. E. Brown Enterprises, offering 24-hour scientific services to Hill Valley and the surrounding areas since 1962. If you're in the need, plutonium, flux capacitors, you name it, they got it. Dr. E. Brown Enterprises, all science, all the time. So shout out to them.
Yeah, that's where I get my hoverboard, right?
Yes.
All right.
They'll take care of you on that. Hoverboard needs to. So, anyways, yeah, again, get out there, follow us on all those social media channels, listen to us on all formats, and get out there, give us an honest review if you like what you're hearing, if you don't like it, and hit us up on those channels too. Let us know if there's something you want us to talk about that we're not, something else, something you'd like, don't like that we're doing. Let us know. So, what we're talking today, we're talking movie and TV universes you'd like to live in. Okay, and there's going to be a qualifier here on this. Obviously, if you're living in a movie or TV universe, like let's say, we'll take the movie Wonder Woman. You don't necessarily want to live in that universe because you're in the middle of goddamn World War II. There's some shitty shit going on if you're not right there with Wonder Woman doing the thing. And that's going to be in a lot of movies. Well, there's a lot of stuff going on that you're not going to want to be a part of. As cool as the main characters in this movie are, you're not going to want to be a part of it. And I'm going to throw my honorable mention out right now. And that's Star Wars, okay? Yeah, if you're one of the Jedis, and I'm talking pre-Darth Sidious, Order 66, all that shit. If you're a Jedi living in the Jedi Temple on Coruscant, you're doing okay.
Well, I don't know, man. You could always be the youngling.
Well, that's just it. And if you're some... Why? Dude, why?
Because
if
I
you're
like
just
the
some
Sith.
Random Joe living out on Tatooine, I mean, how bad does life suck? Especially if you're under the control of the Hutts at that point.
Okay, so here was my thoughts.
Are we talking
on it.
pizza or Jabba?
Pizza the Hut.
Pizza the Hut.
So when you told me about this and I was thinking about it, I started thinking kind of along the same lines you did just now. But here's my thing. If you are in any of the Marvel universes or DC or superheroes, anything like that universes, here's the thing. You don't have superpowers.
No. Well, I mean,
you are a sheep.
That can be, you get to pick that. That was my number 5. Okay, and since we're on it, I'll just bring
you're
it
not
up.
a superhero. If you're in Manhattan when the Avengers fighting
If you're on that
tree
bus
you're
with
going on,
Peter Parker when you see the thing in the air,
you are a sheep. You're just waiting to die.
Yep.
Every Marvel, DC superhero, the normal everyday Joe, you're in trouble.
not having a good time.
You're not having a good
I
time.
don't know. I mean, you can
don't
step
have a
up and
great
try to
life.
fight.
I mean, well, Thanos will just snap you and
Yeah,
you'll be done.
and
Don't
as
even
for
worry.
like the Star Wars
Punch him in
universe,
his great face.
yeah, Star Wars and everything else.
Hey, I finally watched
it's
that, by the
all
way.
a civil war.
All right,
We're
proud of you.
always in the middle of a war.
Oh yeah.
So I went in a whole totally opposite direction. So let's see
That's
how
all
it
right.
goes.
Well, and just like we talked about, my number 5 is actually the Marvel Cinematic Universe, but I've got to mention I need to be involved with the Avengers somehow. If I'm an agent,
You better go
one of
get
the agents of
bit by a
S.H.I.E.L.D.
radioactive spider
yeah,
somewhere.
No,
but that's
he
what
could
I'm saying.
type.
I get to be my
type.
pick. You know what I mean? I'm going to be a superhero. I don't want to be this guy watching
But you're
everything
not.
happen. Well, you might be.
Yeah,
He
But
delivers
so
mail
that-
at a lightning
if I'm in the Marvel
speed.
Cinematic
he's
Universe,
mailman.
I want to be a superhero. That's just it. So that's my number 5. What's your number 5?
Fine.
My dad's calling me too. Check this out.
Say, what are you punks saying about me? I heard you talking about me. His ears were burning, you bastards. He's coming after
His
you.
know
mustache tingled.
That's what the honk's mustache sense.
Not the spider sense.
All right.
He's got stash
What's
sense.
your number 5?
I go Ready Player One.
That's not bad. That's not bad.
I'm a
a
video game kind of guy. I
Yeah,
like
but
it.
But if you're okay, but you're talking like when you're
Yeah,
inside.
inside the game.
Okay, I see that because the video games in that were awesome. But the outside world,
Yeah, in
everything
the outside
else
world,
is a shithole.
you're not having a good time.
No,
with
it's
that,
a
man. That's
shithole.
a
Well,
bad go.
The inside world's great.
All right.
I live my life a lot like that now.
Okay, that's not bad. What do you got?
I went way, way, way off the cuff with this one, and I picked South Park.
Nice.
Because in South Park, I would be one of the smartest sons of bitches there. I could probably be the mayor within a year. So a kickback job. The people that live there are all retarded. So I'd be living high on the hog in South Park.
Good call. Good call.
I thought this was America.
My number. And we talked about my number 5. No, I like that. And see, I went with a couple of my top were TV universes. So
One of mine is
so give us your number 4. I'm gonna step over here for a second.
Seinfeld.
In New York?
Yeah. Just 90s New York. I feel like it'd be a fun time to be in New York.
I don't know if there's ever a fun time to be in New York. The people there are crazy.
Plus, we get young, decent Jerry Seinfeld. And that's back when his shows aren't expensive to go see.
I don't know. Seinfeld is a stand-up. He was okay. He was just never my cup of tea, I guess. I mean, I see why people liked him. He did like common, everyday Joe wordage, and he fit in with America that way. He gelled in, and I can see that, and so I get that part of it. But he just wasn't for me, I guess. I don't know.
Imagine having a cool neighbor like Kramer.
Oh, now that's okay.
I don't think I could live in an apartment for more than 3 months with a neighbor like Kramer.
See, in New York's just too crowded. I hate people. I couldn't live in an apartment complex because I hate people.
I mean, I'm stuck in one now.
Yeah, they would bang on your ceiling or your floor or your walls. It was just, apartments are the devil.
That's why I'm happy to be on the top floor.
Yeah, see, I just couldn't do it. I like too much space, and I'm like, the first thing I do when I get up in the morning is I crank my stereo and jump in the shower and make breakfast and have my tunes cranked the whole time. But 90s New York, all right, I can deal with that. It's not bad. It's not a bad choice. I don't mind it.
I'd be about the smartest one of Jerry's neighbors at that point too. I'm kind of along the same thing.
Shut up,
Hello,
Newman.
You there, Mike?
Newman.
I am Newman. Damn it! I was actually going to call it cosplay at Comic-Con.
Newman.
I don't even have to do anything. Just dress up in my work uniform.
That'd be good.
Yeah, you're gonna need a wig.
Well, yeah.
Actually,
That's all right.
Actually, you can't wear that.
No, I can't. No,
can't.
it's a big thing.
That's one of the things you will never see at a Halloween party.
No, you won't.
That's a
I mean,
federal
people will
offense.
make their own,
That's a
but no, you
federal
can't wear
offense.
the actual one.
That's something a lot of people do not know.
Oh, a lot of people don't. It's a big deal.
Yeah. What's your number 4?
All right, my number 4. This was almost an honorable mention, but the more that I got thinking about it, I want to talk about it. And it's going to be a tie here, okay? They're kind of the same, but I'm going to talk about the Flash in the Arrowverse, the TV series that's on the CW right now, and the X-Men series in the Marvel Universe, okay?
Okay.
But
how do you not instantly
Well,
just
no.
go with the X-Men?
no, here's the thing though. But you have to know what's as a metahuman, because that's the same kind of thing. They've got these powers. Barry's got super speed. Some of the other guys, the one guy can control sand, can turn himself into sand, things like that. If you're one of these metahumans or a mutant like that, the only caveat I've got there is you need to know what's going on. As opposed to just random shit start happening with your body and you start shooting lasers out of your eyes if you're Cyclops. I'm just saying. That's going to freak me the fuck right out. I want to know.
Wolverine's
I
claws
want
came
to know
out.
what's going on and have that idea. But that's what I would be. I wouldn't mind being a mutant and know what I could do. Know what my capabilities are.
Heck, if
Oh,
I
yeah,
had
I
Wolverine's
wouldn't mind
powers, do
having
you
it.
think I'd live where I do?
But if you're not, that's
Yeah,
the bad
again,
part.
if you're just a random Joe, whatever.
Like-
sucks to be you.
Do you know how much better life would be if I was a mutant, Ben?
I don't know.
I'd be
You're
in
pretty
Disneyland
close.
every day. Because they'd go to stop me. I'd just show giant metal claws like, do you want
No,
to
the anti-mutant
really?
legislature would keep you out of there.
Yeah.
I'll stab them.
So
What do you got?
Okay, my number 4, and I didn't know what else to put, so this is like my honorable mention because South Park don't really count. But
Oh, sure it does.
my honorable mention, and because I loved the show when I was a kid, and it was like laid back, kick back, goes down to the boar's nest and drink a beer. The sheriff would let you do anything you wanted. Was the Dukes of Hazzard in Hazard County?
I don't think he'd let you. It just wasn't hard to escape from.
Yeah, it wasn't that hard to get away, and that's actually
No.
gonna. We'll talk about that a little bit.
No
on my-
speed limits.
a little
Go
bit
jump
later
your
on mine.
car. Go blow up barns.
Hell yeah,
You
one of them
that'd be
Duke
a,
boys.
That'd be a fun time.
That'd
Heck,
be
if
our-
we had
Well,
sheriffs like Roscoe, I'd probably run my car around like that too.
Just go fishing or hunting anytime you wanted.
yeah,
You know,
that.
I never once saw him buy a
I'm
license.
right there with you. I freaking love it. Dukes of Hazzard is great.
Hazard
stuff, man.
County.
Hell yeah, Good
Plus, then
call.
you get Daisy
Good
Duke
call.
around.
Oh, Daisy. Oh, Daisy Duke.
Now,
Oh,
granted-
Lordy, don't do it to my heart, brother.
The Daisy Duke I think of is Jessica Simpson, but
Yeah, she's got nothing on Catherine Bach. I'm just saying.
I don't know, dude.
All right, what's your number 3? He forgets. He's got.
I have it all written down. It's going The Nightmare Before Christmas.
Okay, which
in
one?
Halloween Town.
Where? Okay, all right. That's a definite qualifier. You got to clarify where you want to live.
Well, not Christmas Town. I'm not a Christmas guy. You
No,
know
you're
that.
not a Christmas.
Never seen.
I
that one
look
yet.
at
I have
Christmas
no idea.
like a
No,
cancer.
that's good stuff, man. Tim Burton, Disney, Halloween, Christmas. It's an all-encompassing movie. It's good stuff. I can see
It covers more things in an hour and a half than some trilogies can cover in 3 movies.
Yep. Cameron basically wants to live in the town where it's Halloween all the time,
I do.
and I don't hate that. I can
I
get on
like
board with
candy. I like horror things.
it. Okay.
Candy and horrors, you can't go wrong
No,
there.
no, horrors are good. Horrors, especially if they're
Liquor
named
and horrors
Candy.
take 2.
If they're named Candy, that's
Give her a
good
bit
too.
of honey, you'll be all right.
Give her that chicken stick, Mike. All right, my number 3, and this again, this is kind of like you. It's just because I freaking absolutely loved the show, and my qualifier is I want to work in that, in their department with them, and I'm talking about Parks and Rec. I want to work in there with Andy,
Tommy Fresh,
and Ron Swanson being your boss. I mean, you tell me you're not going to have a great day every day you go to work with Ron Swanson
I'm
as your
eating
boss.
baking
Yeah.
every day.
Yeah, you're going to have a meat party almost every other day at work. So,
Just, hey,
that-
Ron,
that's
we're
me.
having burgers, right?
Parks and Rec, that's it. And I can live with or without Aziz Ansari as Tom, but
Yeah, I'm not a
All right,
fan.
whatever.
of his.
I like Aziz.
it's just
I-
great.
I don't know if I'd
could-
wanna work
I
with
could
Leslie.
really enjoy it. I could get along really well with all those guys.
Or Jerry, Gary.
Gary, Larry, Terry. You take your pick.
All
Okay,
right.
what do you got? What's your 3,
So
Mikey?
another simpler time when everybody knew everybody, small town, didn't have to lock your doors, everybody was friends, you said hello to everybody in the street, everything was a nice, simple
Is
town.
it Chips?
Mayberry.
Mayberry, yes. So where you at with as far as are you just live there in Mayberry?
Just live
You're
in the
just
town of
random guy.
Mayberry. I mean,
All right.
if your car breaks down, Goober will come get it. Gomer will fix it up, man.
yes, he will. Good. Oh, God, I love that, man. And you said it. Life was simpler.
Oh.
Life was easier. It was very low stress, low. Yeah, I like it.
I mean,
No
you could be in the
hustle and
Brady
bustle.
Bunch.
Yeah,
How much
no.
more ease
no,
could that be?
That was too cheesy. All right, what do you got?
Number 2.
Cars.
So you want to be a car?
Yeah, I want to be a car.
All right.
I love
In
cars.
Radiator Springs.
I could live in Radiator Springs.
But,
That's
I
we'll
want to be able
talk
to
about
choose
this
the
next
model
week
of
too.
car.
That living in Radiator
Yeah.
Springs, that's one of my favorite
I think
places.
Radiator
in
Springs would be great for the first few weeks, and then you'd be bored to tears.
I don't know. If you choose the model of car you are, you could have a lot of fun out in the desert. I'd want to be
Yeah.
a Baja Bug.
All right. Fair point. I was waiting for somebody else to chime in there, but all right. My number 2, and this kind of goes along with the Parks and Rec, and just like you said with what you want to do in Hazard County with Roscoe as your sheriff, I want to work in a place where your boss is an absolute imbecile, and you can screw off all day at your
Hey,
job.
father.
Well, no, yeah, that too. But you can screw off all day at your job. You can do whatever. Your boss is a complete imbecile. And I'm talking about The Office. Don't get me wrong. I love Steve Carell. But as Michael Scott, he's an idiot.
Well, that was the
I
whole
mean,
point.
I love the character. But, if you can get away with whatever you want, you know what I mean? It's good stuff. That's what I'm
Like
going with there.
pranking your coworkers and putting all their stuff in jail.
Yeah, exactly.
Or having an affair. That happens. Or just being angry all the time like Stanley.
Good old Stanley. Good God.
Stanley's the greatest
his
part
heart
of The
sucks.
Office.
He can't be that angry all the time. But yeah, so I'm taking The Office as my number 2. Just that office always, and I'm working in Scranton. I'm not working in Stanford or any of that other shit. I'm working for Dunder Mifflin in Scranton just because it seems like you screw around all day at that, and your boss is an idiot. And
Plus you
doesn't
get
know,
Dwight.
Doesn't know any better. So
Yep, you can't forget Dwight.
Okay, I went with the movie on this one. It's the same as Hazard County. It's the same as Mayberry. It was based on a TV show, but it was a movie, and it's called Pleasantville.
see, is that the one that had?
Reese Witherspoon and
And
Tobey
Brendan-
Maguire.
Okay, I don't know that I've seen that one.
Oh,
yet.
dude, it's
The
great.
one I was thinking of was The Blast from the Past that had Brendan
It's,
Fraser in
it's
it.
got Jeff Daniels in it.
Okay,
It's a
yeah.
great show. It really is. I mean, it's pretty much Mayberry and Hazard County and Leave It to Beaver all rolled into one. And it's one of my favorite shows. It's a great show. I have like 47 movies in my top 10 list. It's in my top 10.
All right.
But Pleasantville is great.
I need to get in there and check that out. So now, before we get into our number one, I actually had this discussion with my dad the other night. We talked about this, and he brought up kind of an interesting, and I questioned a couple of things, but he said he wants to live like Bonanza, Gunsmoke, something like that, kind of
Tombstone.
the Old West.
Yes.
And I'm like, well, you get sick, you're just pretty much screwed. They don't have the advances. He's like, yeah, but it was
Old age is 35.
Yeah, it was a lot more laid back. It's not going to be.
Heck, if I want to shoot somebody, I just got to make sure I'm faster
That's
back
just
then.
it. But I piss somebody off. I say something bad about him on our. Well, obviously not on the podcast.
Just don't carry a gun.
I say something bad about somebody, they're going to just come up behind me and pop me with a flare gun,
Don't
just
be
like
an
we
ass.
talked about last week. But yeah,
You know who seemed to make the best out of the Western shows was the hotel manager.
oh buddy,
The
not?
bartender got shot. All the sheriffs got shot. The bad guys got shot. People just camping on the range got shot.
I mean, the whores were always normally fairly
but
set
the
off.
hotel manager seemed to survive every time. He got shit on a lot.
Everybody, his hotel
But
got destroyed.
They always
got
needed
shot
a
to
room.
Shit, but he's
always
okay.
needed a room. It was great. The barbers got shot. It was great.
Heck,
I mean,
imagine how
just-
good the people selling horses are doing.
right?
Oh, I watched.
Right?
Remember that show, Big Jake?
Yeah.
I watched that again the other day. It was on.
Oh, good
that's
stuff,
a
man.
great show.
Good stuff.
Great show.
All right, what's your number one? Let's wrap this up.
Joe Dirt.
All right.
I want the beat up nastiness cars and rednecks.
The only thing with Joe Dirt is he was a late 70s, early 80s guy, but he was living in the 2000s.
It's
Oh,
great.
man.
That was the problem
Yeah.
with Joe Dirt. So are you living in his era or in the 2000s and being a 70s guy?
I'm friends with Joe Dirt.
Dear Tay.
That's Dear Tay. Come on, man, get it right.
Whatever.
Oh, that's funny.
No, that's
awesome.
good. I did not see that coming up as
I
your
did
number
not
one.
either. That's
I love
great.
Joe Dirt. That's like the
That's
best
good
movie
stuff.
there's been. Got the ratty,
I'm your
nasty,
sister. I'm your
Hemi.
sister. I'm your sister.
Yeah.
Oh shit!
All
right. Okay.
Kicks
cool,
the
man.
dude's
Yeah,
trans
Joe
at
Dirt
him
was
in
awesome.
a beat up piece
When he's
of
at
shit.
the amusement park and he's like posing at the tilt-a-whirl and shit. Oh man.
Let's not forget, he ate things off a giant thing of poo.
Trust me, I didn't forget that. Thanks for bringing it back up.
Oh.
All right.
It's a meteor.
That's a good one.
It's
That's a good
shit.
call. That's a good call. All right. Well, if you know me at all, it's not going to be too hard to figure out what my number one's going to be. But we need to have a qualifier, okay? And I'm not talking. I'm talking. You've got what's happened in your main storyline. It has to happen. I'm living after that. Okay, I don't want to live before because there was still some shit going down with all this that's going on with the Fantastic Beasts and that. But I'm talking, I want to live in the Harry Potter universe. I want to be a wizard, but I want to live after the events of the books and the main storyline.
Ben,
I don't want to
After
live.
the piece is made.
Yeah, I don't want to live when Voldemort's around because
Yeah,
that's
Civil War.
some shit right there. But that's what I want. I want to see Hogwarts. I want to be at that castle. I don't care if it's anything at all. But
I think I differ on you.
Janitor.
everything about Harry Potter is it's magic. Yes, it's magic. It's fantasy. It's an escape. It's just I absolutely love it. They've had this thing at the Southtown Mall the last couple of years. It's Christmas in the Wizarding World. It's all Harry Potter stuff. You can actually go into an Ollivander's wand shop. It is my favorite place to be at Christmas time, and I hope they keep bringing it back. I mean, I would pay to go to Universal Studios in Hollywood or Orlando just to see the Harry Potter stuff, where you've got the Gringotts Bank and the Hogwarts and everything. Just to see that.
That's one
That's
family
the
trip
world I
we
want to
haven't
live
done.
in, man.
But I think I have to argue with you. If I was going to be a wizard, I'd want to be around with Voldemort. But I want to be on his side.
Play the middle. Just
Play
go-
the middle end. Just play both sides against
Just
each
pull
other.
a Snape.
Yeah, that doesn't tend to work out so. It didn't work out so well for Snape. I'm
Don't
just
be
saying.
an ass
Yeah.
and try to turn your back on him.
That's a good one. I can see
So,
that.
yeah, that's
when
me.
when
That's
peace
what I
is
wanna-
made, though, kinda.
Yeah, I don't want to be, especially at the end of the book series where you've got the wars and the terror and everything going on. But yeah,
You could be Albus's friend.
all right, not bad.
Okay,
not bad.
so my number one. I could have
Okay.
went a couple different ways with this, but I think I'm going to shock you a little bit. So everybody thinks, everybody knows I'm this huge Star Wars fan. Everybody thinks, Star Wars be with like Han Solo in the cantina and stuff. But I'm not a fan of always being around wars and stuff.
Right.
And,
right.
You know, so
oh, no, I'm right there with you.
so I couldn't go with the Star Wars because you get laser blasted anytime and you're done.
Hey,
you
if
know?
you're a Jedi, you don't
bullet.
care.
Especially if there's stormtroopers in there
Yeah.
that can't hit shit.
I don't need a garrison in my city.
A stray bullet's gonna hit
Yeah,
you.
you're basically slaves in Star Wars if you're not one of the infidels.
You know who
whatever.
gets paid the most in the Star Wars universe for doing nothing? The shooting coach for the
Yeah.
Stormtroopers.
Yeah.
Right.
So then
All right, that's fine.
then I almost went with Game of Thrones.
God, that would be a hard one.
I'm okay
But
not
again,
being
if you're not
murdered.
one of the main
Yeah.
characters,
I
you're
mean,
not having a good
Then
go, man.
you're a
If you are one of the main
slave,
characters, you're not having a good go.
That kind of stuff, and it would just be cool to see a dragon
oh
and
shit, yeah.
see some of the sights and that
Even
kind
if
of
it's
stuff.
gonna barbecue you.
But too many wars, too many chances of dying within a bat of an eye, so I left that one alone, and I went with my number one. Even though there's a war going on around this place, even though there's a war going on, you can't pass it up.
Okay.
And I'm talking about the Paradise Islands, where Wonder Woman is from.
All right.
I know there's a chance I could die with a war, but who wouldn't want to be the only male
The only male on that
on an
island.
island with 1,000
Ooh,
hot
buddy.
Amazon
Yep.
women? I
Yep.
would take my chances.
Yep, take your chances.
I
with
would
that,
take my
buddy.
I think
chances
I'd
with
have
that.
to pass. I don't want to die
Because
one
no
of them
one
got
knows where
mad.
the islands are. They're hidden.
Yeah.
I mean,
you can't.
odds are you're
can't
gonna have a
stumble.
long life.
Yeah.
And
That's not bad.
and being the only man with
Unless
a
you
hot
goof.
1,000 Amazon women,
It'd
I'm
be worth
taking
it.
my chances.
It'd be, especially if Gal Gadot lives on that island.
Yes.
Oh, buddy,
taking my
sign me up.
chances with the Paradise Islands.
So it's kind of funny. It didn't get brought up because Alex and I actually had this discussion about it. We were talking about Lord of the Rings.
That's too
I'm
scary.
okay.
Well, if you think of it, it depends
I
on
don't wanna
where
be a
you're
hobbit.
at the time. If you're a hobbit and you're just living in the Shire, minding your own business, I think things are okay. But if you're like in Minas Tirith or whatever, and you're one of these peasants or these serfs, you're not doing well. And so I that's again why we throw that.
But you can
qualifier.
always get
gotta-
attacked by orcs.
Yeah,
I mean,
you
you're just
don't know what's going to happen.
yeah.
Especially if you're right about the time that the trilogy starts and you're Frodo there, the
Mm-hmm.
Black Riders coming through. I don't know. It could be cool, but it could be.
Well,
Heck, I'm surprised no one chose Pirates of the Caribbean. Pirating would be fun.
Yeah, nah, too high of a risk. Too high
Yeah.
of a risk.
Of what? Scurvy?
Yeah,
Oh.
scurvy, some.
Eat
Oh,
some
if
fruit.
if you get a
Obviously
wound, if
the-
you get wounded in a sword fight or something, you're festing and dying within 2 weeks,
yeah,
man.
That's exactly it. Especially with in the Old West or whatever, you get sick, you're done.
Yeah.
Or in medieval times, anywhere you catch a cold, you're through.
Yeah.
You're dead at 27.
It's kind of spooky.
Heck, back then that was a good life.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
You made
He's
it
an
to
old man.
27.
How old is he? He's 28.
He hung in there, didn't he?
Yeah.
No, that's not bad. That's a good
You'd
list.
have been
and,
dead
and
by
I'm
now,
sure
Ben.
there's plenty that I would have been. I'd been dead a long time ago, dead and buried.
Heck, I'd be
I'm only nearly dead.
nearing the end of my lifehood.
'Tis but a scratch. But no, and I'm sure there's plenty that we've left off. So let us know. Hit us up on those social media and tell us what movie or TV universes you want to live in that we left. And if you think we're totally off base on some of these, if you think Cameron over here is a meatbag for wanting to live in Joe Dirt's world, hey, let us know. Let us
you
know
got-
what you
I
think.
A
think a lot of
superbird
us do
for
actually live
Sochi.
in Joe Dirt's
I
world.
think
There's
so,
a lot
too,
of
especially right around here where we're at.
there's a lot
Yeah.
of people out there that are redneck.
I saw a
Oh,
mullet
buddy.
today.
Yeah, we have mullets. We have the 78
we've got
Camaros
it.
running around
Yeah.
town.
We got a 93 Camaro
We
that's
we
not
have
running around
we
town.
have the
Sorry.
amusement park
That's my
rides
bad.
come down, and them guys with
I
3
didn't
teeth
fuck it.
show
You
up
fucked it.
to run the rides for us. We see all that.
Oh, buddy, yes, we do. So, all right. Well, we've reached that point in our show. We still don't have any reader response on this, but we do need a follow up on this one. How's the DirecTV situation worked out?
Haven't heard from them.
All right. So far, so good. Fingers crossed. It's all
Yeah.
right.
So, yeah, nothing new to
It's been
report.
about a month or so. So yeah,
Oh, it's been a fight,
all
man.
quiet on the Western Front, huh?
Yeah, so far so quiet.
What about you? Who do you want to tell to eat a dick?
Honestly, that's all right with me at the moment.
You're doing okay. All right. Yeah.
I need to go to
hit
the
you up next week.
store.
So there might be.
I'm getting Call of Duty. There will be a list.
So
This guy
strangely,
and this guy.
I don't have too much about Walmart to bitch about today, so they're not my eat a dick. But
Nice.
you got anybody you want to tell?
You
to
been to Walmart today?
Just go back earlier in the show and listen to my hotel
twice.
rant.
the $79 room that costs $130.
We'll
Yeah.
have to put a timestamp.
That everybody else got comped.
Yeah, that everybody else got bullshit, man. Yeah, you guys can eat a dick. So, all right, here's mine. I was on my way up to Salt Lake last week. So that was another one of the things that took us forever to get this episode recorded. And I'm on Bangor Highway, just, cruising along. I'm in the far left lane of all lanes. Minding my own business. I'm cruising. And this jackass just decides he's coming over, doesn't look, doesn't signal. It's a good thing one of us was paying attention, asshole, or you'd have wiped out a whole shit ton of people. And pretty much almost destroyed my father-in-law's truck in the process. It would have been so bad. So, yeah, you fuckhead in that truck, you can eat a dick.
My dear grandfather would have came up.
I would have moved to a different state. That's all I'm saying.
Now, if you didn't cause it, he's not going to be mad at you.
It doesn't matter. I don't want to tell him that I was in the truck and wrecked it.
Blame Mom.
No, that doesn't. No, that only works like
Bullshit.
twice. That only works a couple of times. So,
Well, tell me about it. I've crashed 3 trucks.
You can eat a dick. So, before we sign off, you guys got anything else you want to throw out there?
Don't want to touch too much on it, but next week, the Chiefs and the Patriots, Rams and the Saints, I'm looking forward to them games.
Actually, now that I think about it,
it's going to be some good ball.
Mitsubishi parts.
And we're exactly...
Eat a dick.
And we're actually 4 weeks away from spring training.
That is what makes me
I want to see the Harper Machado thing, man.
It's going to be...
You guys want to hear some fucking shit?
Big names have waited to go.
Yeah, and I'll tell you this. There was a report yesterday. Phillies think they got Harper wrapped up, and they're after Machado right now. They're trying to get them both. The Phillies. There was White Sox talk. There was Cubs talk for Harper. There was Yankees talk for both of them.
I think those talks have kind of quieted.
Yeah, and last I heard, the Phillies said they were happy and satisfied with the meeting with Harper the other day, but they didn't mention if he signed a contract or not. And they says, we're going after Machado now. They actually said that.
Interesting to see.
So if they have Harper locked up and they're going after Machado,
the Phillies could be dangerous.
That's interesting.
Yeah, I think the Braves are still.
I think you're going to hear about 10 more teams in this rumor mill for
it's not. That's not going to be settled probably till spring training starts.
I know.
What do you got?
I called Mitsubishi today. All right. I was like, I'll see if they can get my parts. Those assholes, I can buy a kit for $375.
Okay.
They want me to pay $400 for just the clutch disc.
Good Lord.
$200 for the throwout bearing, and then $290 for the flywheel.
Good hell, man.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, no thank you.
Eat a dick, Mitsubishi.
Yeah, hell yeah. So, all right. Well, thanks again, everybody, coming along for the ride again. Don't forget to get out there. Follow us on all those social media channels. Spread us out on all formats. Tell everybody, tell your friends. Tell
Don't
your
spread
neighbors.
it too far, Ben.
Yeah, don't spread it too far. I'll hurt like a bastard. But, yeah, so good show, guys. Thank you guys for coming along with us. Hang tight next week. We got that big Disneyland episode coming up. That's going to be a lot of fun. I can't wait for that one. We're going to have fun with that. But, yeah, until then, for Magic Mike, for Kameroni and Cheese, I am Big Ben. We'll see you next week.
Peace.